Yo, ladies and gentlemen, you know what time it is. It's your boy again, Shady, the one and only. And today, guys, we are back again. We are back with something deep, something deeper, something memorable. It's Yom Ha'atzmaut, Israel's 77th Independence Day celebration. A day to celebrate and be merry. A day to think of your country's achievement. A day to celebrate your country's birthday. But it's with a heavy heart that I have to say this. Israel is the only country I know that keeps fighting to keep its independence. Imagine 7 years in and they're still fighting. And right now, they're facing fires. They are facing wildfires. Literal ones.
Terrorism is now suspected as the cause of numerous devastating wildfires currently raging across Israel on the country's Memorial Day.
Can you believe that? After all that time, 77 years in, they are still fighting. Not just wars, but to exist. It's just so wild to think that even now, after all that history, the struggle still continues. Well, this is Yom Ha'atzmaut. I want to say Shalom, Erev Tov, Yom Ha'atzmaut Sameach. But what does independence really mean if you have to keep on fighting for it? Well, today we're going to learn about Yom Ha'atzmaut. So let's roll the clip. But before we start, guys, smash like, subscribe, give me that love, and let's, boom, go to action.
David Ben-Gurion declared an independent state of Israel on May 14th, 1948, and a new chapter of Jewish history began. The British had controlled Palestine under the British Mandate, but that expired at midnight, and so the early Zionists declared a new nation. Some of them had lived in the land for generations, and some were new arrivals from Nazi Europe. For a couple of years, May 14th was a day for mourning lost soldiers. Then in 1951, Israel decided to split the day into two parts, Yom HaZikaron, Remembrance Day, and Yom Ha'atzmaut, Independence Day.
Okay, so they have 2 days, Yom HaZikaron and Yom Ha'atzmaut.
It is celebrated on the 5th of Iyar, or one of the days right around it. In 1953, Yom HaShoah, Holocaust Remembrance Day, was also added to this period, happening 8 days earlier. Yom HaZikaron begins at night with a minute-long siren where the whole country stops and stands in silence.
Wow, imagine that. The whole country just stops wherever they are, on the highways, in their houses, wherever they are, they just come to a full standstill. They have so much history. They literally know the meaning of pain. And one thing I like about them is the fact that they don't forget their history. They keep their history really close to their heart. They are the only country that is still in their very original land. I think it's called decolonization because they got colonized and they went back. So decolonization, isn't it?
Another siren the next morning kicks off the official memorial ceremonies, as well as private ones where people remember their loved ones. As night falls, the memorial mood shifts quickly as Israelis move into party mode, and Yom Ha'atzmaut begins, starting with a formal state torch lighting ceremony on Mount Herzl in Jerusalem, to fireworks over Rabin Square in Tel Aviv, to street parties everywhere. As the night goes on, the party gets more and more lively, of course. And the next day, while possibly nursing an Arak hangover, is all about a barbecue on the beach.
Oh, I'll take that any day, any time. Look at those chicken legs. Look at those drumsticks. Look at those juicy things, fam. Ah! Look, my belly's crying. My belly's crying. Any day, anytime, I'm ready for food, guys. I'm ready for food. Somebody invite me. Somebody invite me for this, man. Come on. It's for sharing. You know what I mean?
Or at the park with absolutely everyone else. Around the world, Jewish communities join in solidarity with those in Israel by wearing blue and white to celebrate the Israeli flag, eating classic foods like hummus, falafel, watermelon feta kebabs, and of course, bamba. Folk dancing is a fun old-school tradition, and lots of communities host big parties featuring Israeli rock bands, artists, and nonprofits. In synagogues, some communities say the Psalms of Praise called Hallel, or the Prayer for Miracles, Al Nisim. Why? Because, for some Jews, the founding of the state was a religious historical event, the fulfillment of a biblical promise to Abraham and Sarah that...
You see? You see how deeply they respect their history, how deeply they remember their ancestors and what was passed down to them from thousands and thousands of generations ago. That is insane, amazing, isn't it?
For some Jews, the founding of the state was a religious historical event, the fulfillment of a biblical promise to Abraham and Sarah that the land they walked would one day be home to their children's children. There's some difference here about who says what, but the basic idea for these religious Zionists is that Yom Ha'atzmaut is a modern holy day. Not so for secular Zionists who remember and celebrate, but without the religious overtones. Some Jews differ very strongly and see the founding of the state as heresy. These Haredim, or ultra-Orthodox...
Wait, stop it and take it back. They see it as what? They see it as what? Yo, no. What are you talking about? They see it as what? Let's take it back.
Some Jews differ very strongly and see the founding of the state as heresy.
What?
These Haredim, or ultra-Orthodox Jews, say that the promise to Abraham and Sarah was to be fulfilled by God, not by people. They don't mark the founding of the state, even if they choose to live there. Finally, about 20% of the state is not Jewish at all. They are Muslim, they are Christian, they are Druzi, or they are foreign students and workers of different religions. They see the day differently. Some feel, despite the religious difference, a patriotism and respect for the Holy Land as a Jewish and democratic state. Others mark the day with protests and memorials on behalf of the Arabs who fell in battles or fled the land in 1948. Taken together, Yom HaShoah, Yom HaZikaron, and Yom Ha'atzmaut constitute a week that is sometimes called the Israeli High Holidays. Danielle Hartman writes, "The sadness of Yom HaZikaron does not give new meaning to Yom Ha'atzmaut. Rather, it gives it gravitas. It reminds us of the price we paid and, as a result, the care, responsibility, and duty we have to build a great country and to live and to give our lives special meaning."
The people before them paid a price, pay a hefty price. So hefty, and they have to respect it. They have to respect it, honor it, have it in their remembrance, and carry it all their lives, in all their generations, pass it down to their children. And they've done so for thousands of years. Even after being scattered across the world, they kept it and they continued observing it. Their history, their tradition runs so deep. Wow, 1949. I must say it is tough. It is so tough right now being an Israeli, because many people from across the world, from across many nations, don't support Israel, so they won't be here celebrating. They'll be like, nah, you don't even deserve to celebrate your independence. Maybe they might say your independence is not legal. But still, as humans, everyone deserves a country. Everyone has the right to exist. Everyone should be allowed to live their lives. You know, history is very complicated, but people just want to live their lives. They just want joy, peace, and a right to exist. You know, Yom Ha'atzmaut is more than just a country. It's about people who survived and rebuilt. That story runs really deep. Thicker than water. And what is thicker than water? Blood. Blood is thicker than water. They have that sense of belonging, of togetherness, because their ancestors together paid the price for them to, you know, have this day. So, Yom Ha'atzmaut Sameach. For me, my message to the world right now is that everyone deserves a right to exist. Every country needs that right to exist. And we as human beings need to accommodate ourselves. We need to find a way to support each other. We need to let our love for humanity to shine. We need to sort out our differences. So guys, let's spread love and light. Anyway, let me know your thoughts down in the comment section down below, and we are gonna talk. You know me, I like to reply you guys. Yeah, all right guys, love and peace out. But make sure you smash like, subscribe. All right, thank you. Boom.
Oh, I love you more than words can say. You are me. Oh, you are the light that shine in my way. You are me. Oh.